I think I've told this story on social media before, but I think it bears repeating since it affects so many people. Early in my career, when I was in audit for a healthcare company that is now a financial services only company, my manager called me in the office. She said, "Hey, kiddo, how's it going?" And things were going great from my perspective. I was traveling, I was getting good notes on my audits, the solutions that I was implementing seemed to work out well. And then she agreed. She said, "I'm getting feedback that your work papers are great. You really have some innovative ideas around solutions." And she said, "I'm also hearing that when you're getting feedback that you defend it or you're becoming defensive." And I said, "Well, what's an example of that?" And sure enough, she gave me an example. And in that moment, I started defending it. And she said, this is exactly what I'm saying. She said, when people give you feedback, it's an emotional investment. People don't love to give you constructive feedback. So when they do, your response is thank you. Not because you agree, but because they took the time to let you know instead of watching you do something that potentially could be detrimental to your process, to your career. That was a game changer for me. Fast forward to now, when I work with entrepreneurs or coaching professionals or small businesses, sometimes when we're having conversations and I'm having to say something tough, some people will start defending it and not taking accountability in processes that need to be updated or a mistake that they did make along the way that they're feeling like they don't want to own. The other thing that my manager mentioned to me back then is she said, when you stop getting feedback, your career will stagnate or decline. And that is what I see happening to people, to entrepreneurs, and to businesses who are not getting relevant feedback. I often talk about that book, What Got You Here Won't Get You There. And unfortunately, sometimes people believe that they got where they are because of how they operate and who they are and not in spite of. So when that plateau comes, there's cognitive dissonance and it's very difficult for them to hear the things that they may not be doing well. It is critical. Feedback is critical, period. And sometimes feedback comes in the form of failure. Sometimes it comes in the form of a customer telling you something, or a manager, or a friend, or your mother. Especially in this time that we're in, where specifically for people of color, for women, for people in the LGBTQ plus community, where people are maybe a little more timid and afraid to give feedback, thinking that somebody's going to say, "Oh, it's because I'm a woman. Oh, it's because I'm Asian. Oh, it's because I'm Black," and that they won't be able to hear it. So to that, I say, if you are not getting feedback on a regular basis, I'm not talking about your annual review. I'm not talking about the link you send out after you finish a deal with your customers, but I'm talking about real-time feedback, then give people permission to do so. At the beginning of a deal, when you engage a client, if you're a professional in the workplace, let your managers and your peers know that you are open to feedback. Of course, you have to take it with a grain of salt from some people, but you will start to see themes and you will start to recognize areas where you can develop. There is no way for us to evolve, to grow, to progress, and to become all that we can and want to be if we're not getting feedback. So if you're not getting it, ask for it.